Okay, before we go into Python and making requests, there's one last item that we need to think of in this code where JSON isn't returned, and that is if we can't connect to our database. So if here we can't connect to our database, it's going to just give us a message, connection failed, and what the error was, but it's not going to give that in any sort of JSON format. So let's take a look at that again. So the way to do it is obviously make the password incorrect or something else. So I've made the password incorrect. I'm going to run the program and I'm going to get a warning. Again, if I am in my Python or Android, I really don't want this. I want JSON code to come back. So I've got to convert that. Now, let's put this one back to normal, otherwise we will get some errors. So the way to handle this one, we need the same sort of coding that I've been doing down here. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to use it at the top. However, it's a little bit different in the way I'm going to use it. So first of all, I'm going to paste my code here, my responses. Again, it's going to be an error, and this time I'm going to have connection failed. So if I copy that, put that in place of something is amiss, connection failed, I've now got everything I want, apart from the fact that this echoing out is going to happen in here. Okay, so instead of printing out the message connection failed and MySQL connect error, I am going to paste it into here. So let's cut that and paste it in there. Now I would like to think the job was done, but you're going to see what's going to happen now when I save that. Actually, when we were printing this message out, there were actually two messages. One was the message that we sent out, connection failed, access denied, but we also had this warning message because there was a problem. So we had more than one error message. Let's see what happens when I run this now. We've got a deliberate mistake with the password. So it's going to come down here, it's going to check out that it's an error, it's going to write connection failed as the value, so it's the key, the value, it's going to print it out to the screen, but that's not all it's going to print out. So let me run this one again. Oops, a daisy, that shouldn't happen at all. On line 14, oh, I can see what I've done there. There we go. It'll help if you check your spelling. Syntax, still got it. Why is that? Copying and pasting is always a bad idea because you copy and paste loads of errors. So, oh, of course, I don't need the echo, just the JSON response. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go, that's better. I've got my JSON here, but I also have this warning message, and I don't want this warning message. Now, in previous videos, I had explained to you that you can turn warning messages off by making a setting in PHP, and probably you would do that if you were using a production server. However, this isn't a production server. We've turned the warning messages on so that we can see whenever we've made an error, it's going to help us debug the problem. I still want that, but I don't want it printing out now. I just want this JSON. And there is a special character that I can use in front of this call here where it's making the connection. So this is the variable that's being checked, and that's the variable that is failing. And if I put the ampersand, the @ symbol in front of that, what it's saying is if there is an error message, suppress the error message. Do not give out the warning. So whatever returns from this function whether it can connect or not, it's now saying suppress it, don't print it. And if it's okay, it will continue. So only if we get an error message will we have that. So let's test that. So I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to rerun the program, and there we go. So we've suppressed the error message. We haven't got the error message. All we've got is the JSON coding that we can use in a program to handle it. And that will become more obvious later when we play around with Python and look at things. So that's the final thing. That's a little bit of PHP knowledge there. I think we've just about completed this altogether. Nothing else to add to it. It's fine. If I just change it back and test it for all its different variants, so this should be an absolute fine version that should return, yeah, the entire amount. This should give me one error, that is something is amiss. If I rerun that, just make sure we haven't made any further errors, and putting that back to normal. Where age is greater than 90, and run that one. There we go. So we have all of our error messages working, and in this instance we've managed to suppress the warning message as well.